Hey guys, it's Andy, and I've got a domination gameplay here on Summit. My score isn't too great, but this illustrates a really good point I want to make. I'm doing this series about players who are picking up Call of Duty for the first time, or players who are really struggling with the game, and who are looking for tips just for improvement. If you want to hear more about why I'm doing this, you can check out my first video. I'll put a link to it somewhere in this video, and you can watch that. I'd love it if you went over there and saw it actually. But this is about what game types new players should play. Now, a lot of new people who pick up this game for the first time are going to jump right into Team Deathmatch. That's what I did. I think that's what everybody does, especially if you don't know much about FPS. If this is your first-person shooter, then you're probably just going to jump into Team Deathmatch. It's really easy to understand. All you do is run around and kill people. However, in Call of Duty, it's actually a pretty difficult game type, and you don't have to play a game type that's this hard. The reason it's difficult is because the spawn system is wild. Spawns are always changing in Team Deathmatch. You're going to lock down a position, and they're going to be coming at your front, and then all of a sudden they're going to be behind you, and you're going to be flanked constantly, and it's so difficult to keep track of what's going on around you that the chances of building a kill streak are slim to none. It can be hard to get 2 kills in a row sometimes. It's just wild. And there are several alternatives. Now, there are games like Domination right here where generally the team is going to spawn on the same side of the map. My team holds A flag and C flag right now. Or, I'm sorry, B flag and C flag, which means the enemy team is probably going to spawn at A flag. Now, this is only going to happen unless you push real far up into their spawn, or you capture that third flag, as we do here. Well, I got picked off from that guy up there. The rest of the team is going to start spawning over at C, because I'm going to keep pushing over here. And we're going for a triple cap right now. I've got 2 guys in my party, and we play this map pretty well. We're going to try and lock it down, and I think we lose C here in a second. And so that means the players, are going to start over back at C. Now, to people who have been playing this game for a while, I mean, this is really, really obvious. But I don't think people who have been playing the game for a while and who are just struggling give it enough credit. It's so much easier to fight your enemy when you know where they're coming from. Now, in Domination, the spawns aren't so locked. It's not a demolition where the enemy team's going to spawn in the same place all the time. They can move, they can flip, and the likelihood of being flanked is pretty high. And that's okay. You need to learn how to deal with those things, how to adjust to where the enemy is coming from, how to read your teammates, how to read your radar. But generally, you're going to have a good sense of where they're at, and that's more than helpful. Secondly, you're going to want to learn how to play the objective. Domination's a pretty easy game to learn. There's 3 flags. You stand on a flag long enough, your team captures that flag. For every couple seconds your team holds the flag, you get a point. And since there's 3 flags, somebody's going to end up with more points at the end. However, I do have a funny clip, which I think I'm going to stick on to the end of this, where I have a domination game actually end in a draw. I didn't know it could happen until actually tonight. But it did. It was pretty funny. But generally that's not going to happen. In fact, I don't think it ever happens. And you need to learn how to start playing these objectives and winning these games. Since it is such a simple objective, it's a good type for first-time players to go after. All you need to do is stand on the flag. But obviously there's more to it than that, because if you just go jump on a flag, the other enemy team's going to mow you right down. And that's not what we're going after. Now, you can do 2 things when you're going for a flag. You can either go, sit on it and find a strategic spot to try and pick off enemies as they come for you, or avoid nades. Or you can push through the flag. Now, what this means is you're not going to get the flag cap. It means your teammates are. And I don't have a good example of it in this game because we didn't have to do much capturing. But down the road, probably in a demolition game, I'm going to give you an example of this, pushing through an objective. Say the enemy team had B flag right now. I would still be doing the exact same thing right here. I would not be sitting on B flag unless I knew I had teammates up here and they were keeping them off B flag. Now, why is this important? It's because if I'm capturing B flag right now, or if one of my teammates is, the enemy has no way to get to them. It's going to make it so much easier for them to cap. We've got them pinned back here. Same way with any objective game like Demolition. If you're the first person on the bomb, you don't need to lay down and plant. Chances are the enemy's going to pick you off. You're going to be an easy target, you've got no teammates defending you. However, if you can get to the bomb, breathe, find an enemy, take a shot, get another kill, move up a little bit, find another enemy, get another kill, hopefully push your way up through the bomb to a point where the enemy doesn't even have a sight line on it, then your teammates are going to be able to plant so easy. Once it's planted, all you need to do is stay there. Find, wherever you're at, lock down that position. That way, if you die, the enemy still has to push forward more and kill more of your teammates to get back to the bomb site or the flag. This is extremely, extremely, extremely important, because if you fall right back to the flag immediately, it's going to be, or the bomb, it's going to be extremely easy for the enemy to defuse it, because all they have to do is kill you and then push up another, let's say, 10 feet, and then they're to the bomb site. But if you create 50 more feet that they have to, work through enemies in order to get to that bomb site or that flag, the chances of them actually taking that objective are going to be much, much, much smaller. So my biggest word of advice is push through flags and push through objectives. That's one thing you can really do to help your team. And if you see that your team's push through those objectives, you jump on the objective. That's also very important. Both those things need to happen. You just need to evaluate where you're at according to your teammates, and then, do what you can do to help best. Now, if you're, still learning to play this game, the chances of you pushing through the objective are pretty small. Let your teammates do that. Go find the objective, sit on it, watch your flanks, If your teammates are all fighting from the front, but you know that there's a way the enemy can get in from the right, go over to the right side and just make sure that doesn't happen. And if they do, if they get through you, call them out. Call out on to your team, hey, guys, guy coming in on the right. That's going to help them out a lot. Do what you can to win games. The more you win, if you're winning, you're probably playing with good people, and the better teammates you play with, the better you're going to get. You're going to see from them, and you're going to learn. So this is all very important. Alright, so as I promised, I've got this domination gameplay, and it is actually going to end in a draw. Get this kill, I come around the corner, we're winning by 1 point, and then the game's over. I didn't know that you could do this in domination, and neither did the other two guys in my party. We're all freaking out right now, and yeah, it was pretty strange. We're actually winning, as you can see, 60-59. Nobody ever captured P flag, and so that might have had something to do with it. I don't really know. I guess it doesn't really matter. But I thought that was interesting, and I wanted to share that with you guys. So here's a clip you guys may not have seen. It's a 30-0 team deathmatch on a firing range. I go flawless, but I talk mostly about where this channel's going to go. I mentioned it earlier in this video, and you should definitely click the annotation and check it out. I'm really excited about the next video I'm going to do. I'm going to review all of the gamers that I like to watch on YouTube, so be looking forward to that. Thanks, guys.